The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and forgotten things. Alex knelt before the moss-covered tombstone, its inscription barely visible beneath the grime of ages. He traced the weathered lettering with his fingers, a chill creeping up his spine. Elias Voss, he murmured, the name echoing strangely in the stillness of the graveyard. 1748 to 1848 and 1948. 3 dates spanning 2 centuries. It was impossible, yet there it was, etched in granite. Black Hollow, a town steeped in whispers and shadows, where time seemed to flow differently. Alex had been drawn here by stories of the unexplained, by local legends of a creature that cheated death. Now, staring at the impossible dates on the tombstone, he wondered if those legends were more than mere folklore. Could immortality truly exist in this forgotten corner of the world? He shifted his gaze to the sprawling Victorian mansion looming on the hilltop overlooking the graveyard. Locals called it Voss Manor, a place shrouded in an almost tangible aura of dread. A shiver ran down Alex's spine. There was a palpable darkness here, a sense of ancient evil lurking beneath the surface of this quaint town. The setting sun cast long, eerie shadows across the graveyard. Alex knew he should leave, yet something held him captive. The name Elias Voss echoed in his mind, a chilling promise whispered on the wind. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had stumbled upon something truly sinister, a secret buried deep within Black Hollow's heart. Nightmares plagued Alex's sleep, vivid and terrifying. He found himself trapped within the cold stone walls of a towering castle. Every shadow seemed to writhe, every corner whispered his name. The air was thick with the metallic scent of blood and the cloying sweetness of decay. He would wander endless corridors, the air growing colder with each step. The castle was a labyrinth of despair, its silence broken only by the echo of his own frantic heartbeat. Always he would end up in the same place, a moonlit courtyard dominated by a single gnarled oak tree. Beneath the tree lay rows upon rows of graves, each marked with a simple iron cross. The name Voss was etched into every headstone, a chilling testament to a lineage shrouded in darkness. Alex would wake up in a cold sweat, the name Voss echoing in the silence of his room. The dreams were relentless, growing more vivid with each passing night. He couldn't escape the chilling presence that haunted the castle, the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Fear gnawed at him, a constant companion that followed him even into the daylight hours. One night, the dream took a chilling turn. As Alex stood in the graveyard beneath the ancient oak, a figure emerged from the shadows. She was ethereal, almost translucent, her pale gown flowing around her like mist. Her face was obscured by a veil, but he could sense her sorrow, the weight of centuries etched into her spectral form. "Beware, Alex," her voice was a mournful whisper echoing through the dreamscape. "Elias Voss is not what he seems. He is a creature of darkness, a predator who feeds on the lifeblood of the innocent." Alex tried to speak, but his voice died in his throat. He was paralyzed, held captive by the woman's sorrowful gaze. "He craves immortality," she continued, her voice filled with warning. "But his existence is a curse, a never-ending cycle of hunger and despair. Who are you?" Alex finally managed to choke out, his voice a dry rasp. A look of profound sadness crossed the woman's face. "I am but a whisper of what was," she murmured, "a victim of his insatiable hunger. He will try to lure you in with promises of power, of eternal life. Do not be tempted, Alex. Run while you still can." The dreams were so vivid, so real, that Alex couldn't shake off the feeling that they were trying to tell him something. He decided to investigate Voss Manor, compelled by a morbid curiosity and a growing sense of dread. The house stood on the outskirts of town, a monument to a bygone era. Its windows were dark, like the eyes of a watchful predator. He found his way in through an unlocked window, his heart pounding in his chest. The air inside was stale and heavy, thick with the scent of dust and decay. Cobwebs hung from every corner, and the only sound was the creaking of the old house settling around him. He wandered through darkened rooms, his fingers trailing along dusty furniture and faded portraits. In the master bedroom, he discovered a hidden door concealed behind a tapestry. It creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. The air grew colder as he descended. At the bottom of the stairs, he found himself in a dimly lit room. The stench of blood hit him like a physical blow. The walls were stained crimson, and in the center of the room sat a large iron coffin. It was ajar, revealing a pile of desiccated corpses, their faces frozen in silent screams.